This is the guy at Georgia Outdoors, and in this video we're going to be doing a taste test comparing redfish versus whiting. Redfish are good, one of my favorite fish to eat. They're kind of a sport fish. We know they're good. Whiting are generally not as highly sought after as a redfish. They're a little bit easier to catch, smaller fish, but we're going to compare the both of them and see if the whiting kind of holds up to redfish. If you haven't already done so, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. YouTube's been tough to us lately. The algorithm changes and sometimes the videos don't get the push that we would like for them to have, so help us out by hitting that subscribe button and maybe recommend these videos to someone who would like those. So help us out by doing that. But now we're going to clean these fish. All right, this is our the fish we caught. Caught one keeper slot size redfish. Caught him from a public playground, like a dock where you can fish. And one whiting, we caught him from the backside of the island. So right now we're going to scale these bad boys. We're going to cut some gashes in it where they cook evenly, and we're gonna leave them whole and get them on the grill. He's about to be out here to help me out, and we're gonna grill them up this afternoon. Redfish we know are a good fish to eat. And whiting, we're going to do a little comparison. Disregard all the bottles. My wife finds these on the farm and she likes to wash them out and use them for stuff around for decoration, so disregard the bottles. Redfish have these thick, big old scales, so you got to really put some effort into that. He looks a little dirty today. What you been up to?
Working. Not fishing.
This is spring break. This is what we like on spring break. I've been fishing, he's been working. And see, normally when I fillet a fish, that's meat that gets left behind. And a lot of people say that's some of the best meat, kind of hidden up there behind the gill plate and all. So it's going to be an interesting approach to grilling this thing whole. When you're trying to convince your family to eat wild animal like fish you've caught or deer you killed, it's important that you make sure it's really clean, because one bad experience can really ruin them from wanting to eat wild stuff. So go that little bit of extra effort and it will pay off. Now we just cut some incisions for help the season get in there and help it grill a little bit more even. Mm-hmm.
That's the stuff there.
All right, get one more good rinse.
And I'm gonna go home and dry it off. I'll dry it off, cover it with olive oil, and then pack it full of my seasoning that I bought the other day.
So we're gonna take the same approach. We're going to scale him as well. Notice these scales are much smaller.
They come off a lot easier too.
Remove his entrails.
He's a lot more tender.
Yep, a lot thinner fish, thinner skin, thinner muscle. Obviously she's a female, hadn't laid her eggs yet. But there is no shortage of whiting. You can definitely tell it's a lot less firm fish when you're cutting out. That one's cutting a whole lot easier. Doesn't mean it's not gonna be good.
The same.
There we go. We have both fish ready to go. He's going to cover them with seasoning and packing them all in these little cracks, olive oil, and he's going to bake it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Bake it.
In a cast iron skillet.
Bake it in a cast iron skillet. So that looks pretty good. That's going to be interesting. You could tell the whiting was a lot different in texture and probably the fat content, so we'll see. Naturally, you would assume the whiting's going to need to cook a lot less time than the redfish, but we're going to find out in just a little bit. Bailey took the fish back to his house, covered them with a nice coating of olive oil, seasoned them very liberally with what he calls a redfish season. It's kind of like a Tony Chachere's, kind of a Cajun-y taste, and heated the oven up to 400 degrees and had a cast iron pot in there, a cast iron pan, and he heated it up completely before he put the fish on it. Coated the pan with some olive oil and put the fish down. About halfway through, he'd rotate the fish a little bit, add some butter on there, and I would say about 20 minutes and the fish was done. We took it out, coated it with some butter once again, and we did the official taste test.
So this is the spot tail. Really, really good. It's really good. It's good thick meat. Let's try this. I suspect this will be a little mushier, but still good in its own right. I think I just swallowed a bone. Definitely a softer meat, but still excellent in its own right as well. Both of them are incredible. I could have fun eating either one.
If you had to choose, which one would you go with, giving the thumbs up to one or the other?
I mean, based off of just a nibble, I'd probably go with the redfish. It's a little firmer, and I like a little more texture, but they both taste really good.
I'll let my brother do the official Guide to Georgia Outdoors taste test, but I got to get in on this. This is the redfish. After consuming that whole fish, we agree that this is the better of the two, so here we go. Delicious. That is a good fried fish, but also cooked like that is wonderful. You really taste the, I don't know, the natural flavors, the fishiness of the fish, and fish should taste fishy. I just said fish a lot of times really frequently right there. Everybody tasted it, my wife, my kids, my sister-in-law, my niece, and everybody pretty much agrees that both fish were excellent. The meat itself had a good taste on both of them, but we're gonna give the edge to the redfish, mostly because of the texture of the redfish. It's a little bit firmer, holds together just a little bit better. It's got a little more, I'd say, toothiness to it, but both of them were great fish. Maybe the whiting would be better fried next time, but who knows. Hope you enjoyed this video. You really, on this channel, we have a lot going on, hunting, fishing, sometimes cooking, but if you would hit that subscribe button, really helps us out. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs, and YouTube has not been pushing our videos really a lot lately. The algorithm kind of changed, and it's we're struggling a little bit, so you can help us out by hitting that subscribe button. Till the next one, this has been the unofficial, no doubt incomplete guide, Georgia Outdoors.